Hello and welcome. I'm Dina YK Chan, founder of My Marketability, where we help you find meaningful work and differentiate as top talent. In today's episode, I want to share with you why and how I started my business in career coaching. This is a common question that I get. So I hope my story will inspire you to do something that matters to you. So let's get started. Okay, so the first reason why I decided to start my business is because of fulfillment. Fulfillment in having a greater sense of satisfaction and happiness. Fulfillment is, for me, is about feeling that I'm living on purpose, helping people, making a difference. What truly fulfills me is when I see people transform or when I see them thrive and succeed. I love helping people to own their greatness with confidence. So this is one of the reasons why I decided to start my career coaching business. Number two is freedom. You probably have heard this. Freedom is about having the choice to choose what you want to do and who you want to do it with. So for me, I really want to be doing things that I feel excited about, that I feel alive, and that I feel energized. And I want to work with people who are go-getters, people who are driven and want to do something great and make a difference in this world. Number three is flexibility. Flexibility in making your own schedule of whenever you want to work and wherever you want to work. I remember a few years ago when I was traveling on vacation in Hong Kong, and I had a coaching session with a client where he was in Canada, and I had to coach him at my hotel. After the session, I felt so excited, I felt so good, and it also made me realize that I have a huge value for autonomy and flexibility. Okay, so the last reason of why I started my business is because of family. I want to be there for my family, and I want to be able to spend more time with my children. At the end of the day, it's all about spending time with people you care about the most. By having my own business, I have the freedom and flexibility to be there for them. So for example, right now, as a new mom, I have the flexibility to work part-time and spend all my mornings with my son. Okay, so let's move on in terms of how I started my business. So number one is to gain practical experience in your area of interest that will help you gain credibility. So for me, I have a passion for teaching, and so I did a lot of things related to training, coaching, and mentoring. While I was in university, I volunteered over 1,000 hours in leadership training. And then after graduation, all the jobs I've had, I was always involved with mentoring people, recruiting, developing training programs or orientation programs. That really helped give me a perspective of how people learn effectively, what's important to them, how to motivate them, and get them to be more engaged. Number two is to conduct thorough research to understand the market need. So one of the things that I did was when I did my MBA back in 2007 to 2008, I wrote a research paper on the global talent management strategies and the issues. That really gave me a perspective from a macro level of what's happening in this world and understanding there is a global talent shortage. And at that time, in 2008, that was when there was like a economy crisis as well, where a lot of people got laid off. And that really gave me the idea to really understand that, hey, there is a big need on one, how do we combat this talent shortage? And number two, how do we help people to get new jobs? So by doing a thorough research and analysis, that really gave me a perspective on identifying what my niche market or business would be like. Number three is to invest in your personal development so that you can gain clarity on what you want and what's important to you. So back in 2009, I wasn't really happy with my consulting job. And that's when I decided to take my first course called the Millionaire Mind Intensive to really step out and understand what I really want. From there, I took a course in the Enlightened Warrior Training Camp that was physically intensive. It really challenged me to think about, what am I willing to die for? What am I willing to stand for? Who am I? And that was really the kicker, knowing that I wanted to start my own business at that time. a few years after that, I decided to invest in becoming a professional life coach, career coach, by getting trained with the Coaching Training Institute, where I received over 100 hours of coaching training. So that gave me a lot of the tools, the confidence, also the clarity of that I worked on myself as well in order for me to become a better coach. And lastly, what was really the turning point that got me to start my business was back in 2011 when I got let go in my job. That was a big turning point in my life. I felt all-time low at that time because I was doing really well in my career and I couldn't really understand why that I got let go from my job. However, now that I look back, it was really what gave me the kicker to start my business right away, like the fire to jumpstart and not look back. And fast forward, I realized that experience that I had really served me well because the clients that I work with who may have experienced a layoff or got let go, I can really understand where they're coming from or why they may feel sad. I can really connect with them and be present with them. That's an overall story of how I got started. And fast forward, my business has been growing year over year. I get to work with amazing clients. I get to help them land their dream jobs. I get to help them become more confident and to be more excited about life and be more happy as well. So if you're watching this and you're considering starting your own business, I really want to encourage you to ask the question of why you want to do what you want to do. What's your why? Because your why is what really going to give you the motivation to pursue further. Once you have that down, I want to offer you 3 questions. And this is actually what I learned in business school from my strategy class. Really looking at a macro level when you're considering or evaluating what you really want. So the first one is the want. What do you want? And so here you really want to look at the inner work of yourself, of what's important to you, what's the lifestyle that you want, what kind of work do you want to do, what kind of difference do you want to make, what are you interested in? Really map that out of the whole internal analysis of what's important to you. The second question is the need. What is the need? So this is the external analysis, looking at the market. What are the trends, opportunities, and challenges? What companies are growing? What kind of opportunities are in need? What problems need to be solved? And the last piece is the can. What can you do? Based on what you want and what the market needs, what can you offer? What knowledge, skills, and experience do you have to offer? What's a great idea or opportunity that will help address this problem in the world? So there you have it. Here I shared with you why and how I started my career coaching business and how you can think about starting yours. Did you like this video? If so, click like and subscribe. For more resources, come on over to mymarketability.com and subscribe to the list where I share exclusive career and job search advice. Until then, cheers to your marketability and success.